Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We as them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. And your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, I am happy to be with you guys once again on a Wednesday. As man, I got to tell you, I have got mounting excitement for what's coming down next weekend, and that is everything going down for the weekend of the Royal Rumble here in the city of Indianapolis. It is going to be an amazing time, and of course, all the great things going down surrounding Rumble, brought to you by Naptown All Pro, and that is Combat Crossroads. We're going to talk a little about that. We're going to talk Monday Night Raw as well, and you know, when I talk Monday Night Raw, that means I always got to bring in my great co-host. And of course, she is divinely designed. Of course, we're talking about podcaster, ring announcer, interviewer. Annie O'Neal is back here at In Your House. What is up, Annie?
What's up, Con? We're here to put the W in work. And man, is it good to be alive on a Wednesday afternoon on In Your House. It's time to talk some Raw. Give it to everyone how they like it, how they ask for it.
And that's Raw.
Raw.
That is Raw.
There's so many things going on for all of us here at IYH, and it's crazy. Like, everything is moving. I can't believe it's only the 22nd day of 2025, and we're picking up steam, man.
Yeah.
It's
most
insane.
certainly
Kicking it into motion.
That's exactly what we do here at In Your House. And it's crazy because when I really took time to reflect and think about everything that's been going on here at In Your House, I'm just like, man, so 2024, we really grew. Of course, we were able to bring you on the team, and we brought Kevin on the team.
Yeah.
We had Paragon on for a while, and in voice and grunt and whatnot, and then getting Ray in, and Ray doing her thing, taking her part in Dear Pro Wrestling and everything. So, like, yeah, the growth has been great, but now.
And how does that feel for you? You know, because you've been there since, well, the beginning. Since the IYH infancy. What is it like to have the household explode as it did in 2024?
It was a great feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, there was times where I was doing 5 episodes a week by myself.
Craziness.
And that was just off of pure, like, Monday through Friday. That was just off of pure passion. Like, it was just because I knew I had something within your house. And even if it was just going to be me, which a lot of time it has been just me, I wasn't ever going to just let it completely die.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
So now it's a thing. I have so many talented people that represent this brand right here in your house, and it's great. And that work continues because you're doing a really, really great series here for In Your House. That's 5 minutes with Annie O'Neal. And man, I'm excited for this series. We're really going to kick it off in February, as it's 5 minutes with Annie O'Neal, but it's the Black Excellence series presented by In Your House. And that's going to be really awesome. I've already got to work being able to put my touches on what this project is going to be. And man, I'm just excited for it, Annie. I'm excited. And I know
Right.
that you feel the same way
It's
too. I know you're
crazy.
excited to do this project.
You just brought my vision to a whole nother level. And just to put the platform on what really, really matters and what's so special to me, and highlight what is, just an integral part of Midwest independent wrestling. It's awesome. It's so cool. Like, I just can't wait for everyone to see it, because like you really see like the collaboration and the heart like really take the forefront here. And Kevin is also is pivotal in this project too. He's reaching out to people. He's pulling like a lot of talent in, and he's setting up a lot of communication. So like, uh I might be on camera doing some interviews, but like, yeah, he's contributing a lot too. So it's really fun just to like uh work, with different heavy hitters and use our talents to bring something to life. Like, and especially at a time like, it I know it, social media has been burning down.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And but I just want to call to fact, like, there's still a lot to celebrate.
For
Like,
sure.
we're drifting into a period of the unknown. Like, it's the age of of Aquarius. If you don't know what it means, look it up. It's true. It's out there. But it's we just have so much power in our own daily life, and I want to call to mind what's important to us. So,
Yeah.
and we got to be what we want to see. So we're doing it. We're doing it here at the household.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes with Annie O'Neal. Some great talents being a part of that series here at In Your House. So that is most definitely going to be great. And I know you're going to be doing a lot of work trying to get more for this special series here.
Mm-hmm.
This coming weekend, as you'll be over there at Frontline Pro, and those shows
Yes.
always seem to be exciting. Those shows always seem to just have a vibe about them where it's like, if you wasn't there, you missed something pretty big. What's Frontline Pro all about?
It's all about s- getting lost in the story, letting yourself suspend the disbelief, you know, really being front and center in an emotional connection. Like, the heels, you're going to hate them. You are going to hate them with every fiber of your being, and the good guys and the good people. Like, you're going to want to see them overcome the impossible, and just the different variety of talent that is showcased. You have Sierra making her debut, or she's not making her debut. Rory Shields is making her debut, but it's a first time singles matchup between the two of them, and they're kicking off the Liberty division, the women's division at Frontline Pro. So like,
Oh, okay.
it's cool, and it just feels like every show that I'm a part of, the bar is just raised that much higher.
Yeah.
So I feel like Frontline Pro is really the place to be in 2025. And on January 25th, Saturday, like the first show of the year, it's going to be awesome. So, and just the some of the best talent in the Midwest, it's here. It's here, and it's really fun to be a part of. So you know, uh it's really putting me in the positions to do the things I'd never thought I could. Why not me? What's next? You know, and I'm gonna find out at Frontline Pro.
Yeah.
This show we have Joey Jet Avalon against Mustafa Ali. So
Ooh.
that's gonna be an incredible main event.
Yeah, that sounds
So
fire.
I mean, like 25 days into the new year, and it's already in contention for match of the year. How does that happen? I don't know, but it's possible at Frontline Pro. So, and we also found out that RVD is making his Frontline Pro returned, and it's he'll be at Honor Bound. So it's just
I saw
crazy.
that.
Yes.
You definitely
And
got to get an interview with him.
it's like it's crazy what potential I'm going to achieve here. It's like, wow, like you keep it going through the early mornings and the late nights, and like you know what it is to refine a talent, like especially when you're tired and you don't know what the outcome is going to be, and you ask yourself on a daily basis, like, is this worth it? Is this what I want? Is this? And you finally reach that promised land, and like all of those decisions paid off.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and like with Rumble Weekend and everything that you are you're accomplishing, and all of the interviews that you're pulling out, and what does that feel like? Because you relate in your own way.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. No, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for me to be doing the stuff that I've done
Mm-hmm.
at this stage of my life is like the best ever. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is the best ever. Like I don't think I would have appreciated it any other stage of my life than where I'm at right now, the way I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it now. And it's just great, like to see everything that's going on right
Mm-hmm.
here in the city of Indianapolis. Like it's cool. Like I can say I'm booked for Royal Rumble weekend. Like nobody could take that from me. Like like I got a show on Royal Rumble weekend. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Like, and so many people, and in case you don't know, and I'm sure you do, or if you didn't, you've heard it. So pretty much everybody wants to work WrestleMania week. Like, it's an if you can ring announce, if you can do commentary, if
Mm-hmm.
you could wrestle for WrestleMania week, that's considered an accomplishment.
It
I
is.
I consider being booked for Royal Rumble weekend a personal accomplishment,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be great. And then being so welcomed by Naptown All Pro and all the
Yeah.
shows that's going to be running that weekend,
Right.
that's
That's
great. Like
crazy to be
that's
immersed in
major,
all of those amazing things going on. Like,
major. Like, are you like GCW? Are you kidding me? Like,
right.
like, come on, Wrestling Revolver. Are you kidding me? Out of Dayton, Ohio. That's crazy. And they're going
What
to put
would
on amazing shows.
Khan from day one on AYH say if he knew what he was up to, like right now? How would he react?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I can really say. I don't think he can fully comprehend the
Mm-hmm.
things that he's going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like I'm back managing talent
Mm-hmm.
again,
Yeah.
So
That's
that's one.
amazing.
Yeah, so that's one thing, and I've always had fun doing that. I always
What will
had
you
fun
be
doing that.
doing? And who will you be doing it with?
So, uh
Mm-hmm.
February 8th, I will be back at Emerge Wrestling in Columbus, Indiana, and
Mm-hmm.
I've renewed my manager's license, and I will be representing as the most trusted advisor to the leader of the tribe, Paragon, back through his warrior's journey, back through his hero's quest to ascend back up the rankings of Emerge Wrestling to once again show that he is the unquestioned, undisputed Emerge World Heavyweight Champion. So I got that going on, and
Whew. Whew.
that's gonna be massive. Massive.
Whew.
Paragon versus Ashton Adonis. So I get to be
Oh,
there all up in the
instant
mix.
classic.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a great one
Do you know if
right
that's
there.
an instant or an I'm sorry, a first time matchup?
You know, I I think it is. I think it is a first time
'Cause
matchup. I've
Ashton Adonis is extremely talented.
he's
If you
very
don't
good.
know his name, you will after when he and Paragon step in the ring together. Ooh, that's
I've
gonna be a great match.
I've called one or two of his
Mhm.
matches before
Mhm.
at Emerge, and yeah, I mean, he's going nowhere but up. I mean, seriously,
Yes.
just the young talent that's most definitely going places. And yeah, this is what I get to be mixed up in with February 8th, going down
Yeah.
Emerge Wrestling Love and War.
Right.
I'll be there February 1st.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble Day, that's Wrestle Arts, as Wrestle Arts puts on a show, and I'll be there, and I'll be scouting talent there. And I got my eye on somebody
Mhm.
that I think could use somebody like mine's expertise to help them navigate through their career. I've done it before. Who's it going to be?
Sure.
You got to be at Wrestle Arts on February 1st at noon to figure it out there
Are you
in
serious? You're just
downtown
gonna leave us waiting?
Indianapolis. Gotta
That
leave
was
you on.
cold, man.
Gotta leave them
Like
there. Gotta leave them there.
like we're experiencing cold setting temperatures in Michigan right now. Like Michigan is frozen over. Like maybe a new ice age is beginning and we're just living through it. But that was cold, man. Like not everyone can geographically be there. And yeah, that's
It's
cool.
okay.
Okay.
It's okay because
No, it's
usually
not okay. I'm having a great time, but all right.
IWTV. There you go.
Okay, fine.
IWTV. Check it out there. That's usually where they drop their stuff at. But yeah, a lot of great things
Yeah.
going on, and it's great. I love where we're going. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna talk Monday Night Raw most definitely. But once again, it's just like the beginning of this awesome thing
Mhm.
where we have the Heart of Indie Wrestling docu-series that just really kicked off. We
It's
had our
amazing.
episode with Jay Rose and Just Jay. That was a great episode. Then
Mhm.
we have this Sunday, we have Noah Vale coming on. Noah Vale is extremely talented. Not sure if you're familiar with Noah Vale, but Noah Vale did come in last year. They were
Mhm.
490 on Pro Wrestling's Illustrated
Yes.
Top 500, a staple in the Florida wrestling state, especially for the
Yes.
LGBT community.
Incredible talent.
Incredible talent, and will
Like
be coming to Naptown All Pro the weekend of Royal Rumble to face against the
mhm.
newly crowned GCW World Heavyweight Champion, Effie.
Oh my god. Oh my god. When two energies like that collide, oh my god. How if you don't have tickets to that show, you need to. And that
Yeah,
needs to happen now.
that's going to be a good one.
Oh
That's
my
going to be
god.
fun. Then, as announced on the In Your House
Mhm.
Facebook page earlier, part owner of Naptown All Pro and professional wrestler Chase Holiday will be coming on the show this Saturday to talk to Hypocrisy Jones to continue our
Awesome.
work on the Heart of Indie Wrestling docu series. And this is just a catalog of work that you're seeing here from In Your House, whether it be 5 minutes with Annie O'Neal, the Black Excellence series, or the Heart of Indie Wrestling docu series, the ECW Watch Along series, right here at the Raw Deal,
Mhm.
Window Lickers, the Sunday House Party Grunge Room, all of that, everything that we do, we put in that work, y'all, and we contribute to professional wrestling, and at least in the best way that we possibly can here at In Your House. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to think about all the stuff that we're doing, especially this
Mhm.
early on in the year. Frontline Pro. Gonna be putting on great
Oh
shows
God,
for
yeah.
sure. I'm
Oh
definitely
yeah.
gonna get down here. I'll be there. I will be there at a Frontline Pro show sometime this year. Just got to work those logistics out,
Absolutely.
and I'm gonna get down. That's gonna be great. Emerge, everything going on with the merge. It's just continuing the motion. Emerge been one of the most consistent
Mm-hmm.
promotions in the Indiana area here in the Midwest for the last 10 years. Consistent
Can't
shows.
wait to get
Yes.
back to Emerge. Can't
Yes.
wait.
And we will be happy to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people enjoyed your work there at Emerge, and
February 8th.
it's going to be a great vibe. Everything going on. I mean, there's new places that I've got that are like, hey, come on through.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we want to have you manage this person or do that.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, y'all, to put it out
Yeah.
there, I'm down for it all, y'all. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, if y'all need a manager, if you need some talent managed, I could do that. But also I can do commentary.
Everything.
I,
This man can do everything.
I will do backstage correspondence. I will help produce the show. I will help set up promos. I'll get everything. Like
Is there a
whatever
favorite thing
betters the
that you
show.
love doing the most?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That is a good question.
What do you enjoy doing? Mm-hmm. Tell them.
I actually enjoy building promos.
Yeah.
Like
What?
just
What about that appeals to you?
telling the story. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever the
Mhm.
story is, and plus it gives me a chance to be creative, and I get to post
Mhm.
produce things, and that's always something I was super talented at,
Mhm.
was producing in post.
Yeah.
And it just gives me a chance to do all that stuff. I just like to see how things turn out once I put my
Mhm.
touch on it.
Yeah.
And when people follow directions, because it's easy when people follow directions
Mhm.
and just like, hey, this is what we're going for,
Mhm.
this is what we're moving towards. And then when it all pops off, great, you get a chance to enhance it
Mhm.
with doing all the production and all the touch-ups that you do in post, at least that I do in
Mhm.
post.
Right.
It enhances it for me. So, and I don't
Absolutely.
always have to be a part of the promo. I just
Mhm.
like producing the promo.
Sure. Sure. I mean, and that's uh an aspect that's not very considered very often.
Especially not in the indies.
Exactly. But how many different things like go on beyond the average perception is just really cool. Like, what makes these things possible? And to be an active part of that, that's really awesome. Because without your insight, the outcome would not have been possible.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Sure.
when me and Paragon and Sam Knight went to Vegas, I think it was in
Yeah.
2022. It was 21 or 22,
Mm-hmm.
but we were there in Vegas, and like, we were there, we were booked. It was
Mm-hmm.
honestly, getting back to Vegas and doing 3 wrestling shows in that
Mm-hmm.
weekend, and being a part of that big massive like gaming and anime convention. So it was a lot of
Yeah.
people
That's
every
cool.
day,
Yeah.
every day. And
Yeah.
like, we could have just did it at
Do you
that,
have a
but then
number?
I'd say there was probably like 250, 300 people there, maybe.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was a good crowd for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially I think Saturday was probably the best day, because they did it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Were you
And
EvilCon at this point in time?
I was EvilCon.
He was
Yeah.
a bad man.
Yes,
You make
yes.
enemies really well. You
I
wouldn't
do.
believe it, which is the greatest thing. Like, you really wouldn't. Like, you're so jovial and it's so easy to vibe with, but like, seeing that Shadow of Khan,
That's what
ooh, I would not
that's
have
what I love.
believed it if I didn't see it for myself. I'm like, what?
That's what I love. I
Mm-hmm.
love it's definitely the shadow version of me. Like,
Right.
that's what I enjoy most about it, is that people can see a side of me that they've never seen before.
Right.
So,
But you got that Aquarian energy. Like,
yep.
you got that air sign. Like, you pivot on a dime, and that's like, whew. Yeah,
It's
Kevin is
crazy.
a
It's crazy
spicy
work.
Aquarius. Ooh, like when both of you are in that mood, like that honesty cuts, man. Whew,
It's like that. It's
whew.
most
It
yeah.
is
It's most
though.
definitely
It
it's
is
most
though.
definitely like that. I'm excited. I'm excited to come back and be a manager again, be an
Yeah.
on-screen character.
Mhm.
Because I was actually okay with not doing it for a while, but then
Mhm.
every so often I would have a talent,
Yeah.
and they're really good talents that I respect and appreciate. They
Yeah.
say, "When you gonna come manage me?" And I'm
Sure.
like, "Well, we'll see." But like now I'm back in it, and I got like I said, I got a couple of
Yeah.
prospects, and I'm just ready to have fun and tell stories and enjoy it. And I think that's exactly where we're going.
And you're still not going to tell us who you're managing at Russell Arts on,
Nope, you just got to
on
go there and
February
find out.
1st? Okay,
You
I
got
just
to
had
go
to I
there
had to
to
try
find
again.
out.
Don't let me in. Don't let me in.
It's gonna be a great vibe.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll let you know off fair. It's the
Ye-
household. I need them to pull up. I need them to pull up. All you guys out there locally
Mhm.
that listen here to In Your House, because we have a lot of Indianapolis listeners. We have a
Absolutely.
lot of Indianapolis listeners. We have a lot of
Mhm.
surrounding Indianapolis area listeners. And I want them to come pull up because they're already going to be
Absolutely.
in Indianapolis already for the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is going to be great. We're going to talk a little Royal Rumble and a little bit of Monday Night Raw. We've got so much
Yes.
awesome stuff going on
We do.
here at In Your House that we wanted to tell you guys about it. But hey, guys, what we're going to do real quick, Annie, I think we're going to have to hit them with a little break.
Let's go.
All right, so guys, we're going to take a break. We are going to pay some bills. And when we come back, it is going to be time to talk a little Monday Night Raw.
So, yo, how you what? Mr. Lizvet, I would call you Hunter, but I don't really know you that well. Mr. Khan, both of y'all, both companies. I just really want to say thank you. Now, don't click off this video. I'm still an independent warrior. I know the glazing is crazy, but we gotta call it like how it is. Those gentlemen have done an absolutely tremendous job showing the world that Indianapolis is a wrestling town. And I really do appreciate that. But I gotta keep it real with you, man. I gotta do what's best for us here, all over Central Indiana. I gotta put on for everybody from Castleton to Southport, Post Road to Hallville. These are the people that I'm worried about, real Indianapolis. And I don't want to exclude you. To you and anybody else who wants to see real Indianapolis, real independent wrestling, come rock with us. Open invitation. We got this nice little place over here at the Fountain Square Theater, just down the road from the House to Paint building. From Thursday, January 30th, to Sunday, February 2nd. From the middle of the week, from the middle of the map, right there in the middle of the ring. Just know, our foot's gonna be in the middle of your ass. Much love, your friends at Naptown All Pro.
Hey guys, welcome back to In Your House. And man, I was checking out that video. When you hear that, you hear Jay Rose. He talking about we out here in the middle with a map, in the middle of the ring. Our foot's gonna be in the middle of your ass. Indianapolis is a wrestling town. Come check us out. Combat Crossroads 4-day festival. A lot of things to do. But Annie, we talk about that, but we got to get Raw with them because Raw on Netflix did continue. And while we are on the road right now to the Royal Rumble, there's just a few things from this episode I can really highlight. And usually, but and how it, this is really the first episode where it didn't really like linger with me for the next couple of
Right.
days. Like the
Mhm.
first couple episodes lingered for the next couple days.
Mhm.
This one
Right.
and SmackDown 2, it's a little bit slow, but I I think it's okay. I think it's okay
It
because
is.
we
It
are
is.
right on the cusp of the Royal Rumble. And Annie, you see that this Royal
Right.
Rumble is growing,
Mhm.
expanding, and it has some huge names
Right.
that are going to be part of the Royal Rumble match. It's going to be a big night. So I
Absolutely.
think it's okay if they have a slow down show.
But you know what? There's so much occurring in the overarching scheme that not every Raw is gonna hold weight. And it doesn't have to, because it just moves a story along. It's a footnote. It's supposed to do that. So not everything needs to pop off. I mean, it wasn't the first episode of Raw on Netflix. Like, it's kind of hard to follow that up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you're right. Like you said, it's hard to follow it up.
Mhm.
It's just going to be a time where it's like, okay, once we get past the Royal Rumble
Mhm.
and we see whatever happens at the Royal Rumble, because something big is going to happen at the Royal Rumble. And I
Mhm.
don't mean just the Royal Rumble winners. I think there might be a big angle that could start
I
at the Royal
agree.
Rumble, something big that shifts everything to where that
Right.
electricity is in the air again that we're not
Absolutely.
feeling right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Yeah, we're in the middle of building another layer. So you're
For
not going
sure.
to notice that while you're in the middle of it. So that makes sense to me, because like there has to be, like I said, like the layers need to be built in order for us to get there. Like right now it feels like the calm before the storm.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. I like how you said that. But here's the thing, even with it being
Mhm.
quiet, like you said, the calm before the storm, I think this is
Mhm.
an important time to appreciate the little things
Mm.
that's happening within WWE, of course, Monday Night
Right.
Raw. And I just want to touch on a few of them. Like, we're not going to just go crazy or anything like that. These are
Mhm.
just some things that we appreciate from the
Right.
show. This is us appreciating the little things on what was not like an electric show, and that's okay. So here's one of the things that I appreciate
Mhm.
is the continued consistent. I know it's only week 2, but they're taking
Mhm.
care of Penta with good opponents and giving him opportunities to pick up big wins. He feels
Mhm.
big in WWE.
Yes.
He's got the
Oh my god.
pyro.
Yes.
People in the crowd already
Week 2.
have.
Week 2.
See that
The
it's week
pinwheel
2.
of the pyro, the pinwheel of the
Yeah.
sparklers was my
Yes.
favorite touch. Like, wow. Like, I'm I'm entranced easily by flashy things, and wow. Wow, I was pulled in. I'm like, am I
It was
am I
great.
being hit am I being hit subconsciously by some like subliminal messaging or something? Like, now would be the
May-
time. Like, I'm like,
Maybe, but here's the thing: like pyro, anybody that gets pyro is like,
I'm
oh,
here
they
for
like
it.
him. Like, oh, they like him. You
They
get pyro, they
do.
like
They
him.
do. Like, this guy's gonna sell his t-shirts, so
Yeah, yeah. Invest some pyro into him. So here's the thing: I like how they're taking care of him.
I forget how
I
much I
love
hate Pete Dunne. I I love Pete Dunne.
Pete. Listen, Pete Dunne. They knew exactly what they're doing with Pete
Dunne.
Dunne, and you got Hype here
Mhm.
saying he also likes shiny things. He's also a fan of things
Bro,
that are
like
shiny.
whoever did his lineup really hated him. Like crazy. Like I'm saying, like
My God,
someone really hates that dude. Like rough. Like,
crazy work
oh, unless like he did it himself and like
in the mirror.
I don't know,
You know
like
when you do it in the mirror and you
yeah,
try
maybe
to
trying to
get it,
save
but
it.
you're not that good.
He was trying with his eyes closed.
Oh no, all bad, all bad. But Pete Dunne went out
Oh
there.
man, dude.
He did have a good match. You know what I'm saying
He
with
did.
Pentagon, and
Mhm.
it's just continuing to build up Penta and like Penta, he's at a good spot right now in his career for sure. So I just
Mhm.
appreciated that. But Annie, what's one little thing that you appreciated from this Monday Night Raw?
I like how Jay Uso's promo with Gunter felt like it had more weight behind it, because the one from last week really missed the mark.
I
And I
remember, yeah, we
really
had that conversation. Yep.
yeah, I feel like uh there was more heart that we could see. There was more of a case, like last week. I don't know if he believed in himself and the vision of being world heavyweight champion. Like, I felt like what we witnessed might have been some imposter syndrome, but
Yeah.
uh like it felt like he more authentically stepped up to Gunter's challenge in this on this episode. I felt like, I know he's super over, and he commands the entire audience that's in the crowd. Like, he really
Yeah,
does.
he does.
But like, I really felt like he really emerged as a more prominent champion. Like, I feel like that vision, it got a little more momentum behind it.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, like the way that he was delivering himself, like, I don't know, it didn't feel like he believed it. So
Yeah.
I feel like that was definitely more present this week. And I keep
Yeah, most
forgetting that
definitely.
Saturday main event is this
It
weekend,
is
actually.
this Saturday. That's right. It is this weekend, and he is
Yes,
fighting
see?
Gunther
I'm
for
not
the
the
title.
only one.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about it. Grun's got some comments here, so I want to bring that up. He says it was reported last month or early this month it was going to be a 40 people Royal Rumble match, but recently it's been being said the Royal Rumble will have 30 participants instead. WWE haven't been the ones to say any of this from what he has seen. So there's still speculation on
Ooh.
if it's a 30 or a 40 man Royal Rumble. I saw the reports that it was going to be 40, but then I keep hearing competitors in the Royal Rumble say, "Oh, I'm going to throw 29 other men over and I'm going to win." I'm like,
Yes.
okay, so which one is it? So that's a good point. Grunt
Okay.
also goes on to say, I've been very pleased with Penta's presentation, but he's concerned that Pete Dunne has become a jobber. So I don't know if Pete Dunne is really a jobber right now. I mean, I can see in that match, yes, he was there to do the job. He was there to make Penta look good and strong and make him look like a top guy by hitting his best hits. When we got a chance to see him do that with Chad Gable. Now, that's the question there. Chad Gable, I don't consider Chad Gable a jobber, but I will say that he did the job. So, like
I mean, people need to take
is
the
what
fall
it
in
is.
order for others to get their get ahead. It's someone has to be the launching pad for someone to get their push.
Yeah,
And that's not a
somebody's got
bad
to
thing. I
lose.
think that's actually a great thing. Like,
Yeah.
that comes from someone who has to be really selfless and really understanding of what their role is. And I don't think I think that is something that is extremely respected.
Oh yeah, I think that should be well
And
respected.
I don't think that it takes away from Chad Gable at all.
No, I think Chad Gable's going to continue to go on and do great things. At this point, I really wish they would have just let him win the Intercontinental Championship last year so we can already have that, because right now it seems like he's kind of far away from a singles title right now, because like they're doing like transitioning now with American Made, and I believe they're going to be on SmackDown, but they're still on Raw at times. I'm not sure about this transfer portal or what exactly
I'm
is
not really
supposed
sure.
to be like. I'm not
It seems
clear on
random
that.
to me.
It does. I know Bailey is now officially a part of Monday Night Raw. They made that very clear.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, let's talk about that real quick because your worst nightmare came to fruition
I
last
manifested
week,
this.
and it was a rivalry renewed, one of Annie's favorite
Why?
rivalries.
No one wanted it.
And that is
hate it.
Nia Jax getting back in the ring with Bailey. I know we're talking about things that we appreciated about Monday Night Raw, but I know you did not appreciate that at all.
Extreme distaste. Like, they don't work well together. They're good wrestlers, but I hate when they wrestle each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's lost in translation. Like, listen, like, I love that Nia is the big woman that she is. Like, she's formidable. Like, you know, I love that about her. She can't do the flippy shit. She can't stop. Like, the head scissor setups, no. Like, let it die. Bailey, do something else, because I don't know.
Here's
Like,
the thing.
it's awkward to
I
me.
like Bailey. but
Mhm.
at this point in her career, even though she's doing awesome things by like going to Monday Night Raw
Mhm.
and then going to NXT and then being on SmackDown, like she's pretty much like the workhorse for the women's division right now, and I appreciate that. But there's a disconnect that I have with Bailey right now, where it just seems like she's in some weird place between role model heel Bailey and hugger Bailey, and I just feel like I don't know. There's a disconnect with her right now, and I love Bailey. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't feel like there's a connection there. Nia Jax,
I also think we just need a break from her.
Yeah, maybe that's it too.
I think Bailey needs to go take a nice cruise, heal up some injuries, and come back at a different point. Because it's just Bailey. Yeah,
I considered maybe. I love Bailey, but here's maybe one thing that just hit me that I consider: what if they're trying to revitalize Damage Control on Monday Night Raw?
I mean, like, that's a definite possibility. What do you think Bailey would gain from doing that, though? And what do you think Damage Control is missing that Bailey needs to go back?
Well, I think Damage Control is at a point where if you're going to put them back together, now's a good time possibly to do it. It seems like the Judgment Day is still, to me, on the downward spiral, just because it feels like that breakup is coming, and maybe they want another prominent stable there on Monday Night Raw. Bailey is somebody who is, been in main events and been in big situations. Io Sky is a big time player. Dakota Kai made it all the way to the finals of the women's WWE Intercontinental Championship tournament, and she's a major player herself. Right now, we're just missing Kairi Sane and Asuka, who's been on the show for a while. It seems like I'm missing Asuka.
Yes, I miss her crazy ass too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're getting that. We're getting that insane erotic Asian energy from Io Sky. Not the same as it is with Asuka. It's two different vibes, and I appreciate both their vibes that they bring to the table. So yeah, Asuka, but like with Damage Control, man, I mean, at that point, it seemed like it would just be something to do, I mean, you got Charlotte Flair seemingly coming back to SmackDown, so, I guess I don't know where you want to go with that, but
do you think she'll come back during the Rumble or Saturday night main event?
Rumble. I think they're going to save that for the Rumble for sure.
Maybe she'll be 30.
Yeah, but she might be entrant number 30. If she comes in at 30, she might win the whole damn thing. I mean, you never know with Charlotte Flair. Like,
and plus, Flair, it was rumored that Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair for the belt at Mania. So, I mean, dirt sheets are dirt sheets. I mean, they are just that. So
For sure. For sure. Sometimes they get it. Sometimes they
they
get it
do.
right. And listen, I was talking about stables a little bit. I was talking about damage
Mm-hmm.
control. I want to show a little bit of love before we slide off here because we just got a couple more things to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And we're continuing to work here, ladies and gentlemen, here in your house. It don't stop. Uh,
Never.
but listen, uh, I've gushed about her before on this show, and I'm going to continue to do it because I'm a huge fan of her work. And that's Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark has been trending recently on social media because of her devastating springboard missile drop kick that she
That was
performed. And
disgusting.
I mean, she just plants both feet right in their chest and explodes into it. And I got to say, I think their conversation needs to be had about Zoe Stark having one of the best missile drop kicks in the business today. And the setup by Shayna Baszler just makes it even better when she gets down and the opponent has to jump over. And they totally don't see Zoe coming. They're focusing on the
Mm-hmm.
jump. And Zoe comes just full throttle right at them. It's really an amazing move to see. And I just appreciate a good missile drop kick. Ever since the days of
Mm-hmm.
late 90s Booker T on WCW, I've appreciated a good missile drop kick. And I just think that she's great. I love Zoe Stark. She's incredibly talented, and she's one of my favorites.
I think Zoe Stark is someone to definitely keep your eye on in 2025. I think she's about to pop off because something like that missile dropkick, that's something that's going to put you on the map and it's going to keep you there. You know, I mean, there on paper, PFC has so many things that are going for them. You know,
Yeah.
they have Sonya Deville, the mouthpiece. You have Shayna Baszler. Yeah,
Brutal.
you have the muscle, right? And then you have Zoe Stark. She's unbelievable in the ring. But what?
Tactician.
Right. Like, it's gross what she can do to the laws of physics. Like, they don't exist to her. But what's missing? What is missing from them, Khan?
What's missing from them is they need somebody. I don't like, and I don't want to say this like disparagingly. They
Mhm.
need somebody legit to take them on. They
Mhm.
really do.
Yeah.
They need a heavy, like, and if we're talking about that, we need like a Becky Lynch heel turn or
Mhm.
something like that. And Becky Lynch comes in and becomes the leader of this, you know.
Mhm.
Maybe you could make it work with Bailey, but I think that Becky Lynch fits the role a little bit better,
I agree.
you know, of just being that badass, you know, and
Right.
leading a bunch of badasses. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking myself into it now. Yeah, Becky Lynch
Mhm.
coming in and leading the way for the PFC,
Mhm.
and maybe changing that ridiculous name might help too. Something
I hate it.
a little more simpler, something easier. You're doing too much. It's doing too much. So, like, yeah, reduce that name. I mean, I guess they're doing it by calling it the PFC.
It's
You
better.
know,
It's better. I mean, it
but
sounds like an 8-year-old was playing
with blocks
WWE
and just shoot them together.
2K24 and they just they put together the coolest words that they know in
Yeah,
their vocabulary.
it's like, yeah, pure fusion collective.
Exactly.
That sounds cool. No, but yeah, change that name for sure. And yeah, somebody legit has got to like take them on to
Mhm.
help them get to that next level, most
Right.
definitely. Because if you have somebody, like I said, with Becky Lynch come in and like just have a common ground with them with just being badass ass kickers, because that's what they
Mhm.
all are, right? Is a bunch of
Right.
badass ass kickers, you know. But you know, basically, if she took them on, it would help the legitimacy of the group. They'd be
Mhm.
probably in more main event situations, but right now they're just riding in the lower mid card, and it is what it is. But yeah, if I was to turn them around, it would be in that way. But I will say this once again: this Monday Night Raw was a pretty good Monday Night Raw. We saw Seth Rollins, get a victory over Drew McIntyre. Then we saw a little controversy there with Sami Zayn. We saw CM Punk make a reference and tell him that he would throw Hulk Hogan's dusty ass over the top. It was great. It was so unnecessary, but necessary at the same time.
It's like, he just saw an opportunity to get a rib in, and then, like, it stuck. My jaw was on the floor, but it was so unexpected. It's like, what's he gonna say next? What's he gonna say next? What's he gonna say next?
Like, why him? Why him? I mean, I know we all don't like him, but dang.
Yeah, like, does he owe you a favor too? Like, how do you make a statement without making a statement? Like, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
I thought that was one of those small things that I appreciated about Monday Night Raw. But listen, I'll say this: I appreciated this episode of the Raw deal with Howse and O'Neal. We're gonna go ahead and call this one because once again, we got a lot of work to do here at In Your House. The work continues. It's awesome. It's great stuff. But listen, I want to give my co-host here opportunity to plug anything that he wants to plug. I know you got a great show coming up this weekend. I know you're always working on podcasts and everything. And you have this great series that you're working on, 5 Minutes.
Yes.
O'Neal. Just go ahead and take the opportunity to just plug yourself.
We'll be shipping out to Frontline Pro for Ground Zero this weekend in Wausau, Wisconsin. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be on the call with the excellent Steve Arndt and Chris Lockman. Kevin Calloway will be in action against Sam Eli, so that's going to be great. Saturday, January 25th in Wausau, Wisconsin. Frontline Pro. But tomorrow I will be at the weekly CCW weekly taping, episode 134. So that's gonna be fun. Freedom Ramsey against Suplex Shogun Jackson Stone for the heavyweight title. So that's gonna be fun. So
that should be fire.
You never know where I'll be popping up with the shenanigans. So, Khan, what about you?
Oh, I am excited for everything I got going, but I'm going to keep it short.
Yeah.
We have the Heart of Indie Wrestling docuseries that continues this Saturday. Naptown All-Pro co-owner and wrestler Chase Holiday will be on this Saturday. Then No Avail will be on Sunday, and then next week we'll be documenting everything that goes down. I'll be going to some Friday shows. I'll be booked on Saturday in the Big Royal Rumble Saturday night, so I have that going on. Emerge 85, Love and War, Columbus, Indiana. I've renewed my manager license, and I'll be representing the leader of the tribe, Paragon, and helping him to his ascent back to the top of Emerge Wrestling. And who knows where I'll pop up at, because I'm always trying to keep things going and moving here at In Your House. I'm excited for everything that we got going. And guys, it's all part of the work. And of course, that's HOWSC, and the W stands for work. So for Divinely Designed Annie O'Neal, for the Chaos Goblin Kevin Calloway, for Hypocrisy Jones, for the voice Josh Joseph, for the Grunmeister, for Relentless Ray Larson, and for the world's most dangerous podcaster, Paragon, I am Alacon, the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke.